Heavens to Betsy. Okay. All right, so here's what happened. I was rendering, and we officially reached the limits of what the PC could be doing. It could only stream, render, and look at Japanese. And it apparently decided that was enough. So we're not going to render anymore for this project. The ability to render has been maxed. Oh well. Thanks for the heads up there, Riker. I didn't realize that my other that my mic had crashed as well. So we're going to be just refining this scene, and once we refine the next two shots, we're going to call it there for the evening. I just need to not press that render button anymore. Anyway, those Japanese characters were on the robe of wrestler Yokozuna. I just took the image and traced it in Procreate for a gym outfit. I was kind of curious as to what it was. So here's the let me check this here, because this will be actually a little bit easier for me then to do. All right, let me see. You know, I got to meet a, well, I didn't get to meet, I got to be at an event where a Hawaiian sumo wrestler, it might have actually been this guy. All I know. I don't remember the name, but I remember he came to the military base we're at, and that guy was massive. And he had lost all his weight, and he was just a big piece of muscle at that point. Yeah, actually, Yokozuna might actually been it. I don't remember. All right, let me search based upon the characters, because there's something off about the characters. Let me give this a search. Oh, wait a minute. Riker, do you happen to have, is that the original image, or is there a previous image that you were taking it off of? Because I think I see, the difference. Ah, okay. Indeed. Yeah, if you have the original image that it came from, I think I can actually figure this part out. Interesting. Okay. Huh. Greetings, Tweed Tone. How are you doing? Ah, yes. Okay. Open link. Okay, now that's much clearer. Okay. I recognize some of that. Okay. Now I can actually do this. It is hard to see. I had to cobble it together from various still images. Yeah, that's definitely a tough one because it's folded in on itself just a little bit, so it is indeed a little tough to see some of those. Doesn't help that all the old photos are such low resolution. I was Diamond 1 in Marvel Rivals, lost all the way to play one rage character until I got back to Diamond. Oh, solo queues. Yep. Yeah, Marvel Rivals, there's a lot of popularity with that right now. I'm surprised at how fast that took over. A lot of people are having fun with that. And I've enjoyed it myself too. It's just not as much of a player. All right. I think I've actually stumbled upon a good image to be able to reference this. Because kanji is one of those things where if you get it wrong, it can have a completely different meaning. And part of the problem is that when people write it, they love to add a whole lot of stylization to their characters. So I'm finding a slightly different one here. I think I have a good reference here. It's the lower hook that is throwing me. The lower hook, there's something off about that. I'm not sure what. So this is the image right here that we're trying to inspect. Now the character is right over here in the, well actually it's kind of a little hard to see right here. It's right here. Now that one is incredibly fuzzy, and that is thanks to a lot of Japanese calligraphy. So I have a general idea of what it could be. I'm going to go down this path and see if it actually spits out kind of what I'm assuming. Stroke, 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 stroke. Okay. Let's reset this. Clear it. We have the general rule: stroke down, stroke up, stroke slightly up. And then we have this. That calligraphy is so messy. Oh man. So here's another image. Well, here's another image of some of the kanji characters that are on there. And so you can see right here, a lot of these strokes are blended together. Even up here, it's blended together. So I got an idea here. Let me just pursue this a little bit. Good. I just saw some of the kanji characters that are out there. All right, so let us try this one. All right, so now let's translate this. We have 2 strokes like that. We have a roof. Oh, I recognize that. Okay. I haven't the foggiest clue because I just realized why it's so difficult to understand. Okay, so let me go into a little bit of detail here because this makes it almost impossible for someone to be able to read unless you are like a real professional. All right, so this is what's happening. So here's kanji. This is traditional sort of stroke of kanji. Notice what starts happening here. Now, right here, this right here is blending together some of the strokes. But now, you will get to some kanji where you can't even tell what those strokes are anymore because it becomes stylized. What we're seeing here, because this area down here, that's not a standard stroke, nor is the area right up here. So there's something with the hook that he's doing that has a very similar sort of feel as to this. And I don't know what that stroke is. So because of that, I got no idea. But this is where learning comes into play of just like reading stuff constantly, because then you start seeing some of the repetition, some of the ways that it can be used. And so what I would probably suggest doing is finding either having written out Yokozuna as characters, and that might be enough to imitate, because otherwise you have no idea what the kanji is going to be. But yeah, that would be my advice for that. I might have to look into the calligraphy though, because it's a big part of their culture. And I gotta learn some of the patterns to kind of look for, because it really could come in use one day. When I was, so while I was looking, let me see here. So as I was looking, I did see something interesting. Let me pull up this bit that I just discovered. Let's see here. I think this is the right article. Nope, this is not. All right, here's the list. 2,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. This is him. Okay. I believe this is the guy. This is the one I got to see when I was in Japan. He came over to visit, so... Suzumu. Daiki Suzumu. This is the fella that showed up, and he was a beast of a fella. He looked like he could pick up two guys and just hurl them across the room together as if it was nothing. Unfortunately, he didn't live a very long life, which seems to be a common thread with sumos. Good chance the fabric wasn't made for him, and it was made from generic fabric that happened to have Japanese writing on it, and it means good curtains. You never know. Japanese calligraphy really is like so hard to understand. I was talking with a Japanese speaker who was like, yeah, it's you have to usually ask the person who's doing it what it means. There is a chance to learn calligraphy. I don't know if I'll have the time for it. I don't even know if I'll have time to do the next semester just yet, just because there's so much that I have to do this spring. but it's on my list of things to try and accomplish. I actually was practicing calligraphy a while back before I even knew what the characters were. And that's why I started noticing a couple of problems with it, with my understanding of it. So I'll have to try and do follow-up with that. Okay, so let's continue with this here. So he looks out from behind the tree. Fella is... Okay, that's part of the problem. So he looks around, but... He needs to pause a little bit there. So we're coming over to shot 3. Up, up, up. I'm not supposed to do it that way. Go back to edit. There we go. Come over here. And now I come to shot 3. Okay. Where are you? There we go. See the read time here. When he shakes that, so one time shake there. We want to do it a little bit differently here. I wonder if we were to I wonder if there would be any benefit to having kind of an American kanji system. No, I'm not saying like actual kanji characters, but inspired off of it. Because there's a couple of ways we could optimize the written language in our country, in our language. Now, that would be really tough to do, and I honestly don't think that a whole lot of people would be on board with it. I mean, golly, people weren't on board when they tried to optimize the English language, so we incorporated our own character set rather than just using purely Roman characters. So I don't think we'll ever get something that is kanji related. But I do know that there are a couple ways that we could do that that would make a whole lot of sense. There we go. More snap to it. Too much snap. There, better. Why is it tilting down like that? Is it because of this? Nope, it doesn't look like it. It looks like it's because of this, maybe. Maybe this? No. That's a weird wobble. Very weird wobble. Maybe it is this. Nope, it's this right here. That's it. So, I gotta admit, this idea for a video came about a couple of weeks ago, a couple of months ago at this point. I was walking down a path near my apartment, and it's a beautiful walk. And recently, now they're not there anymore. Recently, we had some homeless people show up. And when they did, they decided it was perfectly within their right to do so to bring a whole bunch of trash in multiple bags and leave them in the middle of the walking path, far away from the road. They just left it there, full of all sorts of filth. And there it resided for days. And by the time I came across it, the bags had already been torn and the litter scattered everywhere. So I got myself some gloves. I tried to carry some of it back to the dumpster, but man, there was a lot to try and do. So I did it in a couple of passes over a couple of days. And there's still stuff there that got pushed around and is very hard to get to at this point. And I remember seeing that and thinking, these people had no desire to see the state taken care of. No desire to see the state beautiful. They cared about one thing and one thing only, that their trash needed to be away from where they were living. So they took their trash and put it in the path of everybody else. Now, if they had taken it and put it in the woods, we wouldn't have known about it. But the effects would have still been there. People might have been noticing a strange film appearing on some of the water. We might have noticed that there was an increase in insects. But they put it right smack dab in a footpath in a populated area. Relatively populated area. Multiple bags. It's embarrassing that there are people that despise their own home so much that they're willing to destroy that home. Oh, but it's not their home. They're homeless, you said. Well, they live there. I may not be happy that they live there in that way, but they live there. And if you care about your land, if you care about where you are, you know what? It will start to thrive, and you will start to thrive. There is so much garbage that has been appearing as of late. Every time I went down the street to the store, because I would like to walk it during the summer, I would find filth. Not just the homeless folks that were doing it, the youth. Kids, which grew up in Alaska, who, upon eating their food on their way back from the store, decided the best thing to do was to throw it away on the side of the road. Or worse, into the grass. Now, because of events that I've mentioned in the past during streams, I've had a very strong opinion about littering. And the more I see of it, and its destructiveness upon an area, the more frustrated I get with it. Because it's blatantly telling the whole world, I don't care about my home, nor do I care about yours. It's not about convenience for them. Honestly, it's about harm. That was the original inspiration behind this, you could say. Not entirely, but a bit of it is inspired by that moment. See, I grew up knowing that you're supposed to take care of your area. A lot of that was inspired by the military. The military believed in having a focus upon keeping some level of combat proud, is what we called it. Meaning that you're doing something because it's the right thing to do and you want the psychology of your group to improve. Now, I'm not the most cleanly person in the world, and my place is a bit of a mess. But I know where everything is, and I don't let mold, mildew start to grow. I do my best to make sure there's no trash around. And I try and make sure that there is constant circulation in the area. I want to make sure that the place is maybe at times a little dusty, but that it is orderly in as best of a way as I can. But this is all confined to where I am. If I'm having to deal with something in my area, that becomes an even bigger issue, because it's not just mine, it's now everybody else's that we're going to have to live with. so when I saw that destruction that was done, there's no way that you can be able to basically get somebody to change their ways. Like, they're not even there. They just came, they dumped their trash, and they ran. Now, you can tell based upon the contents kind of where it came from. Well, sometimes. There's kind of some telltale signs around here, things like that. There, that's nice and refined. Now let's shift this around just a little bit. Yeah, let's see here. Great. Up, 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 up. Da, 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 da. Okay. Nope. Nope, 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 nope. Yeah, that's frustrating. Okay. Right, so we want to... When he does this... Part of that is to cover up the mistake in the mouth, so... He does that... Settles back, and then he looks at this, and mouth opens a little too early. Grab that. Alright, he's got to do something else with it. When he looks at it, it's a good pause, but it's a little too long without anything happening. So let's come up here. And I want the pause to still be there. So let's shift it like this. Pulls it up, and that's not quite working. Yay, you're back! Sorry for destroying the stream. Greedy Spirit Jason. No, it was me rendering. I hit the render button and was looking at Japanese kanji, and apparently the mixture of the two was destructive. My computer froze, and the program crashed. And thankfully, nothing got lost. There's been times when it has crashed in the past, especially like 10 years ago. When the computer crashed, everything was lost. And you looked and you thought, there goes hours of work. Thankfully, it doesn't happen anymore. I got it. The program is racist against Japanese. Oh no. Blender, quick, you have to fix this. This is not good. Once we finish up this shot, we'll be calling it for the evening. I gotta fix some things on my communication side. By the way, all right, so I don't know how long I'm going to maintain social media. You may notice that I don't post. Well, if you pay attention to it. I have had it up to here with social media. And I'm still going to keep doing it for a while longer, but as you notice, I focus more on the Discord. And I think there's goodness in that. I think that focusing more on a website in Discord is better than social media. If you're on social media, you're most likely going to get scammed. And I've received so many scam things from people. So many. I just kind of zone out. And I block as many of them as I can. I report as many as I can. I just am so tired of it. And I understand apparently a lot of other people are kind of in the similar sort of camp. Thankfully, that seems to be a trend as of late. People are like, yeah, social media's gone too far. So who knows? Maybe the next few years we'll see more people abandoning that place. Doesn't really matter which one it is, but I'm not a fan of it. So my first bad experience with was back when I was in my mid-20s. And then things got really bad during the pandemic. People just all on edge. I noticed social media at that point was on its way out. But the question comes, what is next? Is there going to be anything next? Or is it all just going to fade into, and people are just going to go back to talking to people face to face only? I would not object to that. I actually kind of like that idea. But it's not very good for when you try to figure out business ideas. So if you're trying to figure out business stuff that you don't want to fall into the vices that so many other companies have done, how do you avoid it when you kind of need social media and everybody's getting off of it? Or starting to get off of it? I don't know. But I'm hoping to figure it out as time goes on and hopefully get to be on the cutting edge of whatever the next step is. That's why I put so much effort into trying to figure out the web stuff. Even though it's not really useful right now, I want to be there for when it becomes useful. Okay, I like that. Took a lot of effort for very little. Just make it a little bit more subtle. And now that's more subtle. Maybe, maybe rotate it in a different way? If we take this and... Okay, you gotta have him look down at it. That's the thing that needs to happen. Because right now he's looking at the top of the bottle, so now he's gonna look down at, like, the label. So he looks at it. Yeah, it looks weird, actually. Let's undo that. It's good enough as it is. Oh, I know what needs to happen. Okay, this makes sense. So we're gonna grab this. Let's show off the fact that our eyes are rigged. Is that... I'm so full of doubt on this one. So I do have to have it rotate a little bit more. So we'll just do a subtle rotation. Just ever so slightly from this point. Gonna key it. Come down to this point right here. And rotate it. Like this. Nope. Just gonna call it quits on that. Undo all that. Okay, let's grab this right here and delete that. Grab this right here, and it doesn't shift, does it? No, it does shift. Okay, come back over here. Show this, grab that, and delete that. Delete key, perfect. Why does it disappear? And then it reappears. All right, let's step through this. Oh, it's disconnecting. All right, that's right, because everything got shifted over, so that means I have to shift it over as well. So we come here, here, and now this is where it gets released. What the? It is like catapulting there. Oh, this is the reason. Oh, yeah. Move all that back and throw. Perfect. And the littering has commenced. Villainous little hiker. How dare he do that? If somebody would only stop him. Oh, wait, someone will. Alright, so that one's been updated. He's so proud of himself. Oh, how dare you. Okay, so we need shot 4. Shot 4 should be an easy one to update. Just not much happens here. I think the problem that I'm seeing with it might just be a little bit of a graph editor solution. Why does he bounce like that? Aha. Bouncy Sasquatch. Oh, yeah, that's why. Okay. Because I was originally doing footsteps, and so he is supposed to be going up and down. But now he's not doing that, so thus it is completely pointless to have it. So let's fix this by doing such as this. So he rises up, and it's gonna hang in the air just a little bit. See, unlike the hiker, Bigfoot knows about the rules that the forest ranger has put out there. Okay, I like that one. But when he comes back, that's not quite good enough. So let's grab his head. That's not his head. It's a piece that's down deep. I can't grab here. There we go. Oh, that's not moving. Oh, is it that piece right there? Nope. Something is off center. Nope, not that. Maybe it is this. Oh, okay, it was that. Okay. So this is the piece that we have to worry about. Comes back here, and now it should be going back to normal. We want our translations. There we go. Now we want to like that. There we go. There, just shift this back. Now it could actually be interesting if he pauses for a moment when he looks back. So he looks back, and let's grab all these, and for the sake of it, shift it on over. Not that far, just that far. And now let's... oh, wait. There's a mistake there. There, we're going to keyframe here. So now we're going to grab everything from here on, and we're going to move it 5. We're going to take this and duplicate it and move it 4. Is there a place that you used to love going to, but has gotten so very commercialized that you can't stand it anymore. And it pains you to even think about it because you're like, I remember it, oh, I loved it, and now you don't even want to think about it anymore. I gotta say, I probably think of that in terms of a lot of places out there. A lot of places that I've just outright had it. I'm like, no, I'm done with this business. I'm done with everything that's associated with them. And there's some new ones that I already have the disposition to detest because of that. Advertisements showing me all the companies to hate. I saw a company that they were saying, look, we value American industry, we do this, we do that, and they used AI. So I had an immediate disposition to hate them. I'm like, I don't care if you claim to be an American business. You're obviously not hiring Americans because you're hiring an AI to do your work, which means you very well might not even be in an American company. You might be a fake. You might be, dare I say, a Chinese company, and you just want to be seen as American. When you see a product that you're like, hey, this is made in American, and this is made by Americans in America, and you open it up and then you realize it says made in China. But the branding on the front said made in America. Yeah, lies. Advertisements. All lies. Kind of like what that... or you got problems like what is happening with honey. All of it lies. And they scam people so much. It's infuriating. It's like, who's going to finally be punished for all this stuff? When does judgment against these things finally happen? It is mind-numbing to me that so little is happening to correct the corruption that is in our business industry. And when I hear people complain about late stage capitalism, I disagree with them in many ways. But in this, I can agree with them. Something is off. Something is corrupt. And the more that we pretend like it's not, that's just par for the course, the worse it's going to get. Of all those people that have contacted me for sponsorship stuff, which I know they're all automated, but among the ones that have done that, someone's going to have to convince me very well to ever want to do something like that. Because I don't have any interest in it. The fact that one even reaches out to me at all infuriates the daylights out of me. Yeah, this is for all you advertisers that are sending your bots after me. Stop it. Be genuine. I back Snyder's Pretzels. This is not a paid ad. But see something like that? Something I have? It's like, hey, it tastes good. Well, you know what? You're probably going to get it anyway. You don't need me to be able to tell you that. So there's no point in advertising. Now, there is one thing I will advertise. only thing that I can for certain get behind. Visit Alaska. If an Alaskan tourist agency wants to say, hey, we want to promote Alaska, I'm all for that. But that's because it's my home. And I can say, hey, here's like the pros and cons of it. I don't need to fake it. I've been telling you guys about stuff about Alaska for a long time. So I don't have any remorse about doing something like that. When will companies start to get honor again? I'm wishful, I know. Things like that don't readily change without someone biting the dust, so to speak. Until somebody gets burned by a government regulation, they're not going to change. Before they get burned by customers, just leave them. They won't change. It's all about money for them. How about impact? How about focus on that and make a business model around that? Oh, there's not money in that. Well, people have done it in the past, no problem. Some companies do it no problem, so why are you going to complain about it? Just offer good stuff, people. It's not that hard. If you think it's hard, I would love to try it. Hark. Okay, where is my stream information? I have no idea what just happened. All I heard is a sound in the background. Greetings, one and all. Okay, here we go. Stream Manager, where did that disappear to? Havid Fair. Greetings, Havid Fair. How are you doing, sir? Shout out to Havid Fair. Finally, I get to raid you back. All good here. Thanks. What sort of artwork were you working on today, sir? And, do you have anything to share in relation to the stuff you've been working on? How are things before the shift of the year? It has been going decent. We're in the process of trying to refine the animation that I've been working on for weeks, and it's actually starting to really look good. I'm looking forward to doing the renders for it. Well, I'm not looking forward to the renders. The renders are going to be a problem. Oh my goodness. Already we had the stream crash on us because the render could not be done. Hands and feet practice. Boring, but good. Yes, indeed. Nothing to share. Okay, well, I look forward to when you do have some more stuff to share. Hands and feet, yeah, they can be boring to work on, but man, is it important. I have not spent enough time sketching hands and feet, honestly. I really do need to practice it more. So in that sense, you've inspired me. I need to figure something out. So like that seems to be where the problem is happening. Looks back, and then he glitches again. So we got to get rid of this one. There we go. Okay, he's moving. He's not supposed to be moving. Grab this and duplicate, move it over there just in case. Nope, he's still moving. All right, let's try this again. Do that and duplicate over. There we go. Now he stays put. Angry Sasquatch. It's going to cut off right about there. So let's actually, oh, that's actually perfect. So let's come over here and change the time frame for that. Oh, that's right. This is the dope sheet. I need to see. Here we go. Frame range 423. Video edit. Add in the scene. This is shot 4. No littering. Okay, this one gets hidden as well. That's old. We do have another render that's going to be published tonight, so I'm actually going to be bringing this to a close here. Perfect. It's almost like he's waving us goodbye. We're going to log off for the evening. A shame about the crash that happened earlier. Hopefully it doesn't become a regular occurrence, because that would be a bad sign if my PC is on the fritz. All right, well, let us head on over to find somebody else to support for the evening. The morning, technically it's morning. We're always a late stream here. Who is currently live? Oh, it's all the big people. Well, that's tougher. So let's see if we can find anybody that is relatively new. Much appreciated there, Riker. Have a pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Be civil to one another. And I'm going to find somebody to go and raid. You know, somebody that's not doing, you know, inappropriate stuff on their art. So looking, still looking. And it looks like we might not have a whole lot of options, just like last time. But we're still going to search. And okay, here. Well, wait a minute. Nope. That ain't working. So how about let us just find somebody who is doing something crafty. And we'll call that good. Okay, nope. Not that one. And not this one either. This is a tough one. What if you type in this? Oh my goodness, people, what are you doing? Inappropriate. Okay. Well, you could go over and support somebody who's drawn. That could work. Who is drawing? This is always the hardest part, trying to find a new place to go. Oh, this could be interesting. All right, this looks like it could be good enough. All right, this is the last chance to try and find something. If not, then we're going to bring it to a close. All my regular places to raid are not there. thanks to Having Fair. It really is tough when you when so many people have shifted over the years. And I understand why. A lot of people, they have a whole new string of challenges through life, and so they have to navigate that as best as they can, and trying to cut back on stuff like streaming, honestly, makes a lot of sense for people. I try and make sure that that's not going to be a factor into my future, because honestly, I kind of feel like there is importance in doing this right now. And so that may not be the case forever, but for a substantial amount of time, I want it to be a main focus of my yearly routine. Okay, here we go. Austrian. Okay, we can do that. We can raid somebody in Austria. I don't know my German very well, but it's at least 3D, and it doesn't seem to be conversation related as far as I can tell. We'll go and show some support. This is... Here we go. Heading on over. All right, like I said earlier, have a very pleasant evening and morning, everybody. Be civil to one another. Now let's go over and say Guten Tag to Distorted Kick. Heading on over there in 3, 2, 1. To the rest of you out there, thank you for coming by. We're just going to close this out as normal for the YouTube side.